All right, we're going. And we are also doing audio. This is Sarah Viscarando with the Enrichment Accelerator, and this is Zhanna Shpits of Kidz Universe, who is a music vendor. Zhanna, tell me about Kidz Universe and how you started.
Sure. Should I look at you?
They're more important.
Yeah. Well, you are important. Everybody's important. Sure. Absolutely. The Kidz Universe. I started it when my kids, my own kids, were very little. Now my son is like 21. My daughter is going to be 20. So it was quite a while. And the reason why I started that is because first of all, I've been singing and performing myself all my life. I can't imagine my life to be without music. And I decided there's a story, my own story, since I was a little kid, that affected me so much, and that was connected to the kindergarten teacher who didn't like me so much so that I created all these beliefs about myself, and I carried them for a long time. And I decided when I grow up, since I was a kid, I want to tell every little kid that you're loved, you are heard, you're seen, and you matter. Doesn't matter the size. Like if you are tall, if you're short, like what you're here for a reason. So I started the company when my kids were little, and I started it in my own house. I started doing classes because I wanted my kids to be involved in that program. Then eventually they became the helpers in the program, and I also wanted them to see how the business is done from the inside out.
So you taught them about business. It wasn't just teaching music to them.
It was not, well, first of all, primarily it was about the human connection, and how to interact with other human beings regardless of the race, ethnicity, like how to be a loving human being, and especially when we are talking about babies, because the Kidz Universe teaches literally anybody from newborns up to 5, 6 year, like under 7 years of it. That's the sweet spot. And I wanted, like, when my kids were 2 or 3, when they saw babies, how do you communicate with the babies? They were afraid to even touch them, and I wanted to remove that fear, but also to be so loving that they wouldn't start like being aggressive to others, like pushing. So it's basically using music as a vehicle, but teaching them much more than music through music.
Which is where your original songs come in, right? Because you have a lot of songs that are going in the direction of sort of personal philosophy, like EWAP.
Yes, EWAP is my favorite. It's not mine though. I didn't write it. It's Pam Donking, who is a local artist. She's in the Bay Area, and I love her. And I love the message for the EWAP song because it literally stands for everything works out perfectly. But I did write my own album for children. It's available everywhere on the streaming platforms like Apple Music, Spotify. That's called My Favorite Day. That was the project that exactly spoke to the message of you loved, you seen, you heard, you mattered. In fact, the song, the signature song that I wrote for my own business, because I do it for other business owners who are heart-centered entrepreneurs. I do write songs for them. It's one of the products that I have, but for this time I did it for my own company, and all the songs there, they promote peace, kindness, joy, fulfillment, and that, like, staying on the mission. Yeah.
So you started teaching music classes in your home as Kidz Universe,
Yeah.
and then you went out into the field. What kinds of places do you teach at?
Oh, preschools. I started a lot of preschools because that's the age that I work with. It's not elementary schools, because elementary schools, they're like growing into, like bigger and bigger. The reason why I love working with little kids is because they are so, like, I want to bring the values that I believe in myself and take the mic literally and speak of peace and joy and compassion and all of that, while you can still influence that and instill the love for learning at the same time. uh, when I was at the university, when I was graduating, one of the I still remember in my paper, the final paper that I was writing, one of the psychologists said, take care of the first 3 years and the rest will take care of itself. So if we can be around these little ones and we visibly see no results, you're still planting seeds and they go a long way. So I truly believe that. That's why I've been doing it for more than 30 years, I think.
It's very Mr. Rogers of you.
You know what, Mr. Rogers? You know how many families told me like you're the next Mr. Like he's not available anymore.
He's not with us anymore.
He's not, meaning like there's no program going on. I love him. I love his messages. I actually want to revive his songs.
He's well. Now he was also a songwriter, but you weren't born here, so you weren't raised with Mr. Rogers.
No.
You learned about it after you got here, and people said you were like him.
Yes. When a few families told me, do you know, are you familiar with the program like Mr. Rogers? Because we were growing up with that. I said no. That's how I went online, and I on YouTube, and I started watching his, and I fell in love. Yeah, that's how the idea came. You know that I had on local TV in Mountain View, I had the program that's called the Kidz Universe, where I was interviewing children in that program, because my area of interest was like, how do we bridge the gap so that the kids understand where the adults are coming from, and the adults can communicate with the kids a little better. So yeah, it was really fun. Once, do you want me to share this?
Sure.
I was interviewing 4 kids, and one of them was my son. And my question was, do you guys believe, I think at that time my son was 11 or 10. And I said, do you guys believe there is a gap between adulthood or difference between adulthood and childhood? And my son came up with the most like concise answer, which really struck me. So he said, I believe yes, and I will explain why. I said, why? Like, what's the difference? And he says, you guys, so we children, we don't have experience being adults, but you guys forgot how to have fun with no agenda. I was like blown away.
Well, and yeah, an 11-year-old saying agenda is enough.
Yeah. Like always to-do list. What's on to-do list? Like, stop it. And it was a wake-up call for me.
Oh, that's super neat. That sounds a lot like, Fred Rogers had a thing that he didn't say in his show as much as in his other things. But he loved The Little Prince and the story of what is it? Is it a hat or is it a snake that's swallowed in it?
I forgot the stuff, but I do remember that. Yeah.
Well, you do work with adults in a separate business, but you also have kind of a sense of age as a continuum. I mean, you're talking about it right now. To get back to the original idea, like you started in your home and then you went to other venues. You've gravitated or you've stayed with preschools primarily.
Yeah.
Do you have?
Do I have what?
Well, do you have like is there a preschool that services or satisfies the needs of a vendor, you, more than another? And I don't mean the name of the place. What about a preschool says?
Environment? Over the years, that's a great question, by the way. What I learned, first I was thinking about opening my own center when I started. And then I realized, like I'm very self-aware. I would this would not be for me, because for me, change of environment just by my personality is really, really crucial. I would rather drive from place to place and see a lot of people and a lot of kids and work like with a lot of little ones and see other like adults. I call us children of all ages. And it would bring something, like it really fills me up. I love that. Also, to answer your question specifically, what would be my best preference? Over the years, I realized that children we love, like I love them, like they are innocent, right? Like you children, kids will be kids. It's the adults that we choose to work with. And if the preschool, when I go in, my measure, my measure, what is it, the measure stick,
Metric?
the measure stick,
Mm-hmm.
for me, how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were moments when I was starting, I had to talk myself into going into a specific preschool because of the energies of the adults
Of
and
course.
preschool teachers or directors or the owners who I knew I was going to meet. And when I realized that, at the beginning you kind of you go through that stage, and then as you evolve you realize we have only one life that we are aware of right,
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's a whole different topic. But for me, I want to, very simply, if I in my mind create the picture of a person I'm gonna see, like if I'm gonna see you or Cedra, let's say, or somebody, I know I want inside of me, I want to give you a hug. That's it for me. If I don't have that feeling, if I feel like the distance or there is something off, I don't even need to know in my body. Like our bodies don't lie.
Mm. So then you're really answering less what circumstances,
Mm-hmm.
environment, or
Mm-hmm.
options are available at a school that would make it a good
Mm-hmm.
place for you, and more what people and
Yes,
goals and
always,
vibe.
always. For me, this is number one
Do
because
you have do
everything else will take care of itself.
you have a bad experience?
With the preschools?
Have you
Of
had like a
course.
best class, like your worst class?
It's not the worst class again. I vividly remember, and after that, it was the owner of the preschool when I overheard her during my class talking to her own kids under her care in a specific way. I said I do not want to be around people like that because I don't agree. Also, I understand that you're the owner, so I just removed myself from that.
Mm-hmm.
I did have it. That's why now I'm very particular.
Exactly the
I want to
point.
feel good because it's not about money is a side effect. Yes, it's our business. I'm not. I love money and I love. We are in business for. That's what business is all about, right? And money is the exchange of energy. I want to feel good when I get paid. I don't need money for the sake of getting money. I want to feel good when I give somebody money. I want to feel good. When I receive money, I want to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth my time to feel bad and receive money from somebody who I don't want to be around. I hope it makes sense.
Of course it does, and that's kind of the what are they the cost of your freedom, right?
It is about the internal freedom.
Yeah. It's a hard thing to figure out because you have to have some experiences before you figure it out.
It's always about like if we live in the world, like if we didn't know what sometimes it's literally the contrast, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't have the contrast in our life, how would we know that this is it? Like I'm very clear about what I want and what I don't want. At now, has I always been clear? No.
Right, right.
It's a journey.
Exactly. This is fantastic. Thank you so much, Zhanna.
Yeah.
This is Zhanna with the Kidz Universe. She's a music vendor, mostly with preschools, and she also has her own original music, and she's findable on Apple and Spotify. And you will see her here again because I will always bring her around. She is a very good example.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. Thank you, thank you, thank you.